Look at that. Almost on time tonight. Only 1 minute out. Well, I'm assuming anyone can actually hear me. So as ever, let me know in the chat if you can hear me, if you can see me. There's always a bit of a delay in these things, so last week the delay was about 25 minutes, but you know, this week we'll see how it goes. It looks like I'm live. It looks like you can hear me. But you know, let me know in the chat if you can see me. We've got absolutely nothing planned. So as ever, I'm going to be winging it. I don't even have a little bit of paper tonight to show you some ideas that I wrote down. I literally thought, oh, it's Friday, about 5 o'clock. I went, oh, I should probably try and do a stream tonight. But I know I say this every week, but a bit of a mental week. Not had much chance to catch up with anything. But yeah, hopefully the picture's good, the sound's good. I might even have got all the things to come on at the same time. Everything okay, loud and clear, that's what we want. Might even be in focus. I realised for the last few weeks I've been streaming with my camera on the wrong setting, so you know, professional, all that. Right, let's have a look. Let's see who we've got in the chat. I'm going to try and not be surprised by the chat moving tonight and see if we can get to everyone. So we've got, who have we got in? Big Time Fish Keeper, he's here nice and early. Smith Fish Room, hi Callum, how's it going? I do apologise, Callum. I think we gave Callum's wife a nice a hoodie that he's ordered, but he's got to wait for his for another couple of weeks. So I do apologise for that. It will come eventually. Big Time Fish Keeper, yep, we've got there GB, we've got Simon, Lee, Andy's Fish Room's in, Scott, Simon again. Lee Jones, hello there everyone. William Edward, Philip Rounce, Welsh Weeks. Let's see a few. William saying I was not late. I was maybe a minute late, if that. Paul McKenna, how you doing, Paul? Jonathan, Kaylee's in, obviously ready for the Kaylee hour. Well, that's what I think we should rename all the giveaways the Kaylee giveaways. We've got Rob Dawes 2000. That's a new name. Welcome. How are you doing? Luli Loft adds the Enigma. Ethan, Steve Sanderson, Courtney Smith, the proud owner of a nice new hoodie. And she's wearing her new jacket. Excellent. Cameron's cold and he needs his hoodie. I'm sorry. I'll get there eventually. I think there was a problem with that particular colour that you ordered. So we've got, hang on, I just wanted to do something. There we go. Yeah, Phil, let me know. Phil, I got a bunch of messages off you today that it looks like you sent me 4 or 5 days ago. I don't know if it was your end or my end. But if you have been messaging people and they've not been getting it, I don't know if there's something wrong with Facebook or something along those lines. So anyway, I see Lee's ahead of the game already because he's just suggested a topic. How about a topic of breeding fish for profit? I should probably write these down, shouldn't I? Because I will forget. Yeah, I've literally been at work all week. I've been here because this is where I work. I've been working all week. I've been planning for my daughter's 9th birthday, so if you're watching, Elizabeth, happy birthday again, even though you're just over there probably somewhere. So we've just finished the birthday celebrations. So if you're on Facebook, you'll have seen on the Aquarium Adventures Facebook group, we've got a little picture of my daughter in her new manager outfit. So it's a shirt like this, but with manager underneath, so she can officially boss me around properly. So what was that? A topic about breeding fish for profit. So I think for me to talk on that subject authoritatively, I would have to have made some kind of profit with my breeding adventures, but you know, maybe I can tell you what not to do. 16 likes but 50 watching. Tut 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 indeed. What's going on? So if we should do that the admin first. Welcome everyone to the stream. This is the Aquarium Adventures channel, where we normally have videos around fish and fish keeping hobby. The live stream is more of a general tangent based rant or little alleyways that we go down, where I start on one subject and jump around 3 or 4 and sometimes come back to the original subject. If this is your first time here and you're into this kind of stuff, click the like button down below somewhere. Click the subscribe button. That's the most important one. If you really want to, you can join the channel. There's a join button somewhere if you're on a computer, down here or maybe down here. And if you do that, you get stuff. I'm not really with it today, I must admit. What stuff do you get? You get emojis, custom emojis. You get custom little stickers and things. You get extra videos or early videos and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so do all that, click the like button, share this, tell your friends, get subscribed, and yeah, thank you very much, I guess. Steve says, thank you very much for the giveaway last week, but my fish didn't like the pot noodle. So what you have to do, Steve, is you have to then re-gift that on to someone else. Because that was a gift to me, and who likes beef? Ugh, beef pot noodles. It's the worst of all the worst pot noodles. 6 weeks into an 8-week wait for a new 250 litre. I've been collecting all the equipment, but what am I missing? Well, that's another topic we could discuss, how to set up, or what you need to get a set up. Mickey says, topic, how to convince the other half that more fish tanks are really needed. Really? Well, maybe if I shout loud enough, my wife will come in and she can tell you how I convinced her. I'm just going to make some notes here. I've just written down convince wife. That could go anywhere. We are going to have some giveaways, so if you don't want to put up with my rambling, it will get somewhere at some point. I've got a fancy new thing. In fact, let's see if I can show you this. I need to do a wee transition to get there though. Oh, you've got a spin wheel. So what we're going to do is the usual type of giveaway, but we're going to have a pleasing random element to the prize giving. So let's see if I can do it. Well, this will be a technical marvel if I can get all this to work at once. So as you can see, we've got the spin wheel here. We've got a goodie bag. So goodie bag is going to be some packs of food, some general stuff I find lying around, maybe some stickers, maybe some this, that and the other. We've got a polo shirt. We've got a towel. We've got a beanie. We've got a beanie, so a beanie hat. So, you know, before it gets too warm and these are rendered redundant, we've got a beanie hat. We've got a hoodie. I think that's that nice slim one because the hoodies are quite expensive, so you know. And then we've got some stickers. And if I click a button over here, that should spin the wheel. As if by magic. And you get a, whatever that is, beanie. So if you had one, you would have got a beanie. So we'll do a few giveaways. We'll dot them in through the evening. If I manage to last that long, because I've started to feel rather ropey. Let's get back and see the chat there. How about a way to persuade the better half to get that bigger tank? In fact, it's nicer than the smaller one. That is a good way to do that. A few tips on raising fry. Yeah, we can do that. It is rather snazzy, that wheel, isn't it? It's the Wheel of Fortune. Almost. This isn't what I was testing earlier. I was testing something else on a different way to win. For some reason, so, long story short, Kaylee seems to win every giveaway that we ever do first time. So that's why I was thinking of calling the giveaway hour the Kaylee hour. And I did a bit of a joke where I did a little bit of a code, wrote some HTML, attached it to the website, so as when I spun the wheel on the Nightbot, it would just come up, replace whoever actually won with Kaylee, so we could all have a great laugh. It seems to have stuck and I can't get rid of it, so every time I've tested it now, Kaylee wins no matter what, so we'll have to do a fake giveaway to let Kaylee win fakely, and then after that, if she wins again, that's a genuine win, or whoever else it is that wins the second one. So we'll try that. We might have to, it's a bit clunky, but we'll get there. Let me see if I can switch back to the chat and see what everyone's saying. Best filter. So best filter for a small aquarium, 30 litres. So this tank here, that's about 30 litres I think. I've got an all-pond solution hang-on back filter on there. It's the one that has the UV. Let me see if I can find it on Tinterwebs. It's a really good small filter. It's not the most subtle filter because it's a big box that you stick on the side of it, but if you can stick it on the back, it doesn't really intrude too much. But that or a small sponge filter, I think that's probably the best one. Let me see if I can find the filter that I'm talking about. Hang on back. It's called. Is it called that? It might be. Just bear with me while I jump through here. I mean, just Google it. It's the All Pond Solutions hang-on back filter that has UV in it. I've never had any algae issues with this tank at all, so I think the UV has actually worked for once. I'm always a bit dodgy when I'm wondering about UV and whether it actually works, but it seems to do the trick. I can't find it on Amazon or anywhere, so you'll just have to Google it on the All Pond Solutions one. Let me go back and see if I can see what's going on there. Dario says, is the UV efficient for algae? I think on a tank that size it is. So that's only I think it's a 30 centimetre squared tank. And it seems perfect there. I've never had any algae issues whatsoever. I have run big UV lights on my big tank and that tank in the fish room for a while. Didn't really seem to make a difference, but I don't know if it was just not up to the task. Some of the All Pond Solutions filters, the external filters that have the UV in them, I don't think they're up to much either, because they're usually something like 9 volts or 9 watts or something like that. I just don't think it's got a chance to do much for it. So I think if you do UV, you have to kind of power up on it, and it definitely does make a difference. So I am a fan, but not of all of them. Jennifer's here, freezing cold, just in from work. What you need, Jennifer, is a beanie available from aquariumadventures.co.uk. In fact, I think you've already got one, so you don't need that. You need a hoodie. Oh, you've got one of them as well. You need a jacket. We need to do jackets, Phil. That's the next one. Stuart Wheeler, in a 4-foot tank along with various other fish, I have managed to land myself with 3 male silver tetras and 3 female silver tetras. Very bossy. Would more females calm them down or make them worse? Good question. I'm not entirely sure. I have kept them before. I can't really remember what they were like boisterous wise. They generally do better when you have larger numbers because it spreads the aggression around a little bit. If you can break up the sight lines, have lots of tall plants, have lots of ornaments, things like that, that tends to help as well. So probably more females would help calm them down, but just probably more fish would help calm them down. Aquarium Analytic, my fish would drop. He's still alive. Excellent, because you mentioned that a week ago or a couple of weeks ago, using Epsom salts and Esha 2000. Excellent. Good to hear that they're still keeping in there. Best we've done that one. Whiskey will make you feel better, Graham. It usually does. I am a big fan of my bourbon. I'm persevering with my little medicinal beer tonight. What have we got? So the reason I think I'm feeling a bit ropey tonight is I got surprised with my COVID vaccination today. I got a call while I was working away quite happily, and the doctor phoned me at about, I don't know, 11:45 or something like that, saying we've had some cancellations, we've been ringing some random numbers, would you like to come down and get a vaccination? At 11 o'clock this was. I was like, oh yeah, alright then, when? Now. So I had to go there in the end. So within half an hour I'd been called, gone down to the doctor's, got in, done the little questionnaire thing, stabbed in the arm, back out again. Excellent. So I thought, oh yeah, that's great. But in the last kind of half hour I've started going, oh. So that is apparently one of the side effects, or in fact I've got a whole list of side effects which I was reading earlier. So as I like to moan, let's read out some of the side effects. Very common side effects which may affect more than 1 in 10 people. Tenderness, pain, warmth, redness, itching, swelling, bruising, none of that. Generally feeling unwell, feeling tired, I always feel tired though, I suppose. Chills or feeling feverish, headache, feeling sick, joint pain or muscle ache definitely, bit of a headache. Common which may affect 1 in 10 people, a lump in the injection site, not got that. A fever, I don't think that is scientifically significant. Being sick, nope. Flu-like symptoms such as high temperature, sore throat, runny nose. I have just got a runny nose and a cough and a sore throat and yeah, just feeling generally like poo for a minute. So, you know, yay, happy, do a stream. So I do apologise if I'm not quite my usual self tonight. All of a sudden it's starting to come on. I think we're going to have to just power through it with the medicinal alcohol. I have read it to make sure you are allowed to drink with this, and it doesn't say you're not, so I'm taking that it's a God-given right to have a beer. Aquarium Analytics, thanks for the stickers, Graham. Just got them. I love them. Thank you very much for asking for them. Yeah, I'm glad you did. Or did you win one of the prizes? Was that what it was? Yes. Jonathan, I had mine today, made a right mess and left a bruise. I've not got a bruise or anything. I just feel a little bit rough all of a sudden. Scott says he's glad he's not the only one feeling a bit out of it. Which type did you get? It was the AstraZeneca one, I think. Yes, AstraZeneca one. There's your problem. You read the side effects. Everyone, you only get them the second you read them. I did get them first and then look at the thing and say, well, what is this? Is this normal? Do I need to start panicking? Not that I'm a hypochondriac. But yeah, no, I got them first. Simon says, I don't think I'll get a call from my GP surgery. The last time I was there, I had a falling out with the receptionist. Cock, yes. I don't know what it is about GP receptionists. I've never found anyone so unhelpful. I mean, I love the NHS and think it's a great institution and would do anything to protect it. But we need to get rid of doctors, receptionists, or get them all retrained. Apologies to any receptionists that are in the chat at the moment. But my doctors, they're constantly on a break. I mean, why do they all have to take a break at the same time? Why do they shut for lunch for 2 hours? Can't they stagger the lunches? When I worked on shift, I wasn't allowed to go on lunch at the same time as everyone else. Why do they always ask you what's wrong with you? They're not doctors. Just put me through to the doctor. Start up. You're there to make appointments, yet you've never got appointments. But anyway, that's a tangents, like I say. Hope you can cheer me up. Yes, mild lurgy, that sums it up. Mild lurgy, definitely. Expect a headache and a sore arm for a few days. Brilliant. Just what I need. I've got to do lots of house stuff. Well, I might have mentioned it last week. We were thinking of moving house soon. We're hoping to move house soon. So we've got to do all these little jobs. We've got 3 or 4 pages worth of little jobs that need doing. Of paint this, dust that, not dust that. Fix that, move that, replace this, replace the other. So I could do without feeling like crap. Receptionists need to man our borders. No one would ever get in, definitely. We should. I might start a campaign on those bases. Graham for Prime Minister. Right, so let's try one of these subjects that we talked about there. Convincing the wife for the fish tank. Wife, if you're watching, do you want to come in and tell us how I convinced you to let me have 1,000,000 fish tanks? I'll hear that in a couple of minutes if she is. She's not going to be watching this. Why would she be watching this? She'll be watching some Korean drama like she usually does. If she joins us, fair enough, but I suppose surmise that the only reason I have so many fish tanks is that it's the only thing I actually do. So when I got my first big fish tank, that was the... I think that was the qualifier. So if because I was right into it, I think it's the first hobby where I've actually got into it and stuck at it for a long time. A lot of my other hobbies, I will dive headfirst into many things and do them for a few weeks or a few months and then get bored and move on to something else. This is the one that I've stuck to for quite a while. So like any other pets, we've had pets in the past, lizards, snakes, rodents, children, all kinds of things. And she ends up doing the walking, the feeding, the vets, the this, that and the other. But with fish, I was always the one that did the maintenance. I enjoyed doing water changes. I enjoyed cleaning tanks and footering around with things and doing new aquascapes. So the fact that it was quite a nice looking tank in the living room and she didn't have to lift a finger to touch it, I think that was the thing that spurred her on to say, well, this is keeping him out my hair for a while. He's happy. I don't have to get involved. Yeah, you can have another one. And then when that continued, I think she'll probably change her mind now that I've drilled holes in all her walls and run water pipes here, there and everywhere for automatic water changes and all that kind of stuff. And I have commandeered pretty much half the garage and all the rooms for fish tank stuff. But she says she's happy enough to let me do these things. In fact, the new house that we're looking at, that's one of the criteria, is that I have some kind of outbuilding or garage or double garage, minimum hopefully, that I can then turn into my fish room and start expanding it properly so I can have a proper big fish room, go from 100 tanks. So we'll see what happens there. So that would be my number one piece of advice: to convince your better half, whether it's your husband, your wife, your whatever, is put the effort in to show that they don't have to get involved, and they will quite often get involved afterwards. So she's quite happy to come to fish, or in the days when we were allowed to go out places, she was quite happy to come along and get interested in some, oh, that's a nice fish, that's oh, can we get one of these, and what do these do? So that would be my number one thing. Don't make it a job. Don't make it an extra job for someone else. So where are we at? Well, Josh has joined us. Yes, you've only missed me bitching about GP receptionists so far. Some GPs have different things they specialise in. If the receptionists have no idea what your problem is, they can put you in with an appropriate GP. Yeah, I get that. I don't think that's what I'm complaining about necessarily. It's, yeah, I don't want to do anyone down, but they are consistently arseholes. Well, although the one that I met today was very nice. She was very helpful, because I was convinced this was a scam. Do you want to come down and have your COVID jab? And I'm like, what? I'm only 43. Why am I getting an invite here? Do I have to bring my bank details? And so I got down there and I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a scam, but I got a phone call. No, when you come, just go over there and don't touch anything. So they're not, I'm obviously generalising when I'm saying that GP receptionists are all terrible, but most of them are. Probably not the right way to go. Smith's fish room. Fish keeping is my second hobby. I've been playing guitar since the age of 6 and been in loads of bands. I had 20 guitars at one point, but ended up selling most of them to afford an engagement ring. That's love for you. Well, that's that's the hobby that kind of fell by the wayside. I probably bought that 20 years ago now. Yeah, I'm thinking there that I bought that guitar when I first came to Sheffield. When I came to Sheffield to do some Millennium Bug stuff, what a con that was. So that was from the profits from my raking it in as a contractor to come and do Millennium Bug consultancy. I say that, it was only about 500 quid or something like that, so there are way more expensive guitars, but that was my pride and joy for a long time. But yeah, as you've seen from previous streams, I can still only play the same amount of songs as I could 20 years ago. So after selling all the guitars, I needed something to entertain me, so I started keeping fish. Well, you only really need one guitar, in the same way that you only really need one fish tank. So yeah, I know where you're coming from that. Because over the years I have had many guitars. And we've probably still got some. I think each of the kids' room has a guitar in it somewhere. And I went to switch to bass for a while because I thought, well, it's only got 4 strings, that's bound to be easier. Wasn't. Turns out you need rhythm. Fish keeping is always different day by day, always a surprise and always something to do, different from other hobbies. Yeah, I really enjoy fish keeping for all the different things you can do. You can have anything from something that you don't touch, or you only touch maybe once every couple of weeks, to something you're in every day doing little things, and everything in between. It's a bit of a pain when things die, because that's a bit of a downer. But yeah, when it goes well, it goes well. I saw a question there. Graham, which fish food on your website would you recommend for smaller fish, i.e. cardinals, enders, etc.? Currently using the Hikari micro pellets. Will order some off you soon. I would recommend the flake. So the bug flake and the krill flake are both good for all fish, really. I do have a micro pellet. I just happen to have some here. Here's some I made earlier. Which I've got this on manual focus, so you might not be able to see it. But it's a very small, slowly it's easy for me to say. A very small, slowly sinking pellet, which I do use on my guppies. I have fed it to my endlers, and they have eaten it, but not as readily as they'll eat the other things. So my endlers, I mostly feed the flake foods and the sticky foods. If I could find some of them. The sticky foods are these little tabs. So we've got the spirulina ones, the tropical ones, and the colour ones. I must admit, I started using them mostly so as I could photograph them and film them, because if they stick them on the glass, basically you get them a little bit wet and they stick to the glass and slowly dissolve. And that works really well for keeping them in the same area so you can film them and photograph them. But they're actually decent ingredients in there as well, so it makes quite a good staple as well. So that's what I would recommend. The bug flake I really like. It's a different flake to the ones I've usually be using, in that it's very dry and very crumbly. In fact, most of my tubs that I use with it, and now it's practically dust, because it is very dry. But the fish go mad for it, and I'm seeing some really good growth and good colours on it as well. Live alone, you can have as many tanks as you want. Good point, Jennifer. Many tanks as you can afford, even better point, yes. My 120 litre still sat empty. I'm nearly getting there. All the electrics to the new position, and need to move the 60 so I can start getting hardscape. That's one of the things I enjoy. One of the things I'm thinking about at the moment is how to move house. So I think 25 tanks or something like that I've got running at the moment. I just cannot bear thinking about how to move all those tanks and all those fish. What I'm really looking forward to is setting up all those tanks and adding all those fish. But the process of breaking everything down in a day and moving it, I think that's just basically impossible. So there's another question for the day. How do you move with lots of fish and lots of tanks? I'm slowly coming to the realisation I really need to either hire somewhere, rent out a place, buy a bunch of tanks, stick it in this rental place and use it as a kind of stopgap. So move my fish out over a week before the move into the new place, set up the tanks, move them to there from there. Or, I don't know, do shops rent out tanks? Fish shops? I don't know. Or do I just sell everything and start again? I mean, I wouldn't sell my discus, and I wouldn't sell my favourite fish like Humphrey the flowerhorn. But I might sell everything else and then just start again. But then again, selling fish isn't that easy these days. It's alright when you're breeding guppies and things like that, but nobody wants to buy 10 angels or that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking about. Mrs. Fishkeeper says, big time Fishkeeper, even helps me with all my water changes and filter cleans. She's ace. Oh, even better, if it's a hobby you can enjoy with your partner, then you're not going to go wrong, are you? I mean, I think my wife enjoys the hobby, but she doesn't want to get involved in it. She definitely doesn't want to clean out fish poop from filters and things like that. And a fact she makes quite clear whenever I do it using the kitchen sink. Dentists are far worse than GPs. My old one was always on holiday and couldn't get an appointment for 3 years. Yeah, I mean, I think I've said enough about GP receptionists. Mickey says probably the flake foods or krill flake foods crumble it in your fingers. Definitely. If that was one of the questions about raising fry, so I will get to the chat. So I was going to say I'm trying to do it in order, but I'm blatantly not. I'm blatantly jumping on whatever pops into my head at any given time. Raising fry is a question I get quite a lot. How do you raise your guppy fry? How do you get the biggest yields with your discus? How do you do this, that and the other? I don't. The only thing I do with fry, so guppies, is give them cover. That seems to be the only thing that makes any difference. I've done side-by-side comparisons of guppy tanks that have the same fish from the same batches. If you put one in a heavily planted tank and you put one in a bare tank or just a lightly planted tank, the one in the heavily planted tank 5 times more fry survive and get raised than the other tanks. Feeding them everything else the same. The cover seems to be the thing that makes the biggest difference. In terms of foods, there are all manner of fry foods marketed, and I even thought about doing it myself, but I thought that was really disingenuous of me if I did do that, because all I feed my fry is crushed up stuff. So I will take, so this is a perfect example. So these are some of my tropical flakes that I had in a little tub, and I spilled some water in there, so a few of them have stuck together. I'll just crush them up. I'll throw in some krill flake, I'll throw in some bug flake, I'll throw in some pellets, blitz them all up and make a really fine powder. And it's got a mix of 3 or 4 different foods in it, and that'll be my fry food. And I'm pretty sure that's what fry foods are, the commercially available ones. I mean, obviously there'll be higher contents of one thing or another, but that's generally it. So they're my big tips for fry rearing. Well, things that don't need any specialist attention. The other thing would be baby brine shrimp, live foods like baby brine shrimp or decapsulated brine shrimp eggs. Well, I've never seen anything refuse them. Yeah, Lee gets it. Lee Jones, receptionist. I want to see the doctor. What's wrong with you? I don't know. That's why I want to see a doctor. Exactly. I used to say, I probably shouldn't admit this on the interwebs, but used to say things. What's wrong with you? My arm fell off. Well, I think you should go to A&E. Well, of course my arm hasn't fallen off, you idiot. Just get me a doctor. I've done that thing where I press the button and it scrolls straight down past everyone's comments and I can't see anything anymore. Graham's the Les Dawson of guitars, definitely. I'm really good at holding a guitar. It's my favourite thing, is just to sit and, play a chord every now and again and then just ramble on about something else. It gives the impression that you know what you're doing without actually having to prove it. Jonathan plays the fiddle. I don't know why or where. I don't know why or when I learned it. I think I was 9. I enjoy these. I've got a thing for people who come up with that. Oh, I've always done this. Why? No idea. Like horse riding. Why are you into horse riding? Because we had a horse. Okay. Everything that I get into is because I fancied it, not because we had it around. And anyway, is the bug flake okay for great whites? Yes, Cal. Graham, sticky tab foods are fantastic. The fish went mad for them. They are good. I really like them. I had loads of different types of sticky foods from various vendors. Some of them either disintegrated immediately or never disintegrated. So these were the ones, and again, my USP for all the foods I sell. They're the ones that I research. They're the ones that I use and then resell myself. So they're the ones that I thought were the best ones. If you wanted to set up a breeding for sale program, say 5 banded barbs, how many tanks would you think you would need as a minimum? Probably 3. because what I think you need to do, if you're going to do it commercially, and when I say commercially, I don't mean commercially, if you're going to try and do it properly, I generally try and use all my tanks to do as many things as possible. So if I can have, I don't know, some bristlenose plecos down at the bottom doing some breeding, along with some cherry shrimp, along with some guppies, that's 3 things I can get out of one tank, because none of them are going to predate on each other really, as long as there's plenty of cover and all that kind of stuff. But if I was trying to maximise my yields for everything, I would have a breeding tank where you had the breeding adults, and depending on the fish, if they're dropping eggs or dropping fry or laying eggs into, what's the word? Made of wool. Breeding mops, that's the one. So, or over pebbles or whatever it is, the method that they breed, you keep the breeding group in one place, take the fry out to rear them into another place, and then take the healthy fry out into another place to grow out to become your next breeding group, and then you can cycle through them that way. Things like if you're line breeding or trying to raise a specific strain of guppies, for instance, that's a good one to use. If you're trying to do it with guppies, I think it's something like 9 tanks you need to be able to separate all the various strains you might get out of substrains within strains. Substrain is not the right word, but I can't remember what the right. I couldn't remember what that was a minute ago. I'm not going to remember the right word for that. But generally, 3. That's what I do with my discus. If I'm trying to breed discus properly, that's what I would do with most fish. I was really interested in maximising the yield, but it's just not something I'm that bothered about at the moment. Graham, any tips on the fastest way to grow out guppy fry? Heat and feeding and water changes. It's pretty much as simple as that. Move house on a Friday and we'll all come and help you instead of a live stream. That would be perfect. It's funny how many of your friends suddenly say, oh, my garage is full, when you ask them if you can put 20 fish tanks in it for a weekend. Thomas Burris says, my guppies are breeding. I'm so happy. Some of them are a few months old, already breeding too. I've had a few die at year-old. Is that normal, or am I doing something wrong? Cheers, Tom. It's not normal. Guppies probably live for a couple of years, but it's not unexpected, I guess, is the way to go. Guppies are one of the most popular and most overbred fish in the world, probably. So a lot of the guppies that you might buy at a local fish shop will die before they reach their full potential or their full age. So yes, it does happen. If you start to get a strain going, and it's the strong ones that survive for you, and then if you're breeding from those strong ones, that's when you get a better survival rate. I'm bound to smash one tank in the process. I smash tanks when they're sitting perfectly still in my fish room, so yes, trying to move them, definitely. I think I'm going to try and go all in with some kind of removals company to take care of all of that, and then at least I get some insurance for it rather than it being my fault. Take your time, make a plan on paper first about a tank move. Yes, that's good advice. If you came to our shop asking us to look after your fish while you move, if we had space, we would do it. Yeah, I mean, I have spoken to a few fish shops in the past about that sort of thing, and they do that, where they will look after some fish while someone's doing a house move, but I'm going to need a lot of tanks to do it properly, so I guess it would be... well, I'd have to be relying on someone having a lot of capacity to do that in the first place, and if you're running a fish shop, it's generally each tank is an opportunity to earn money, so taking it out, putting my fish in it for a week, I would obviously have to pay for it and stuff like that, but it wouldn't be as profitable as they might be able to use it. Graham, I've bought the same HMA as you. Small problem, the inlet and the outlet are the wrong way round for me. Can I simply swap them around? Yes. I made a video when I first got my HMA, it might even have been on my old channel, of me proudly showing off my new heavy metal axe filter and me plugging it in and running the water through it, and everyone telling me that they're the wrong way around, you idiot, you need to swap that round. So yes, you do just have to swap it round. I mean, you can just swap the cartridges round if that helps. Oh, my eyes are starting to go now. Paul says he'd love to have a big fish room at some point, probably in a garage. Auto water system seems complicated to me though. Got 4 tanks in my flat right now. Auto water systems, they do seem complicated, but once you put one in, you go, it's not that hard. It is literally, you have water coming in, you have water going out, you make sure there's no way for anything to get blocked and flood the place, and you're fine. It makes it so much easier as well, makes life so much easier, especially when you have lots of tanks. I actually took one of my racks off my auto water change just so as I could get used to changing water again manually, because it does make a difference for breeding and things like that. Sometimes big cold water changes can often spawn breeding, and if you're just constantly doing a drip system, it never happens. Why was I mentioning that? Don't forget to like this video. Good point. Yes, everyone. I struggled moving 1 4-foot tank we moved a year ago. Wouldn't envy moving a fish room. No, I don't envy myself. It's almost enough to make me want to stay here. Oh dear. Phil says he keeps getting angel fry to about 9 days and then dying, I imagine. I've never bred angels, I must admit, but they must be very similar to discus. And discus do have that, they call it a disease almost, that you get them to so many weeks and then they all just die off. It's usually to do with water quality, because they do get to a certain stage where they're growing so much that you're starting to feed so much, and then because they're getting to a certain size as well, they're starting to produce waste so much at a different rate. And it's almost like the water parameters of the tank has a bit of a mini crash because all these things are changing so fast and so quickly. So if you can keep on top of the water changes and give them way more than they should reasonably need, sometimes that can help. But if you can see what's going wrong with them, so if they're dying at 9 days, I mean they'll be really quite small at 9 days, but if you can see what's going on, if they've got like red fins or the gills are going or whatever it is, sometimes that can help. Pardon me. And you can maybe be able to tell it's genetic or bacterial or something along those lines. Don't forget a big comfortable chair for your fish room. I mean, that'd be ideal. The place that we're looking at the moment's got a big massive double garage. So it's kind of like 6 times the space that I've got at the moment. And above as well, so I could even do 2 floors, but no, I won't go there. That would be the ideal, to have a bit of a sofa that I could chill out as well, because I can't swing a cat in my fish room at the moment. But it'd be nice to have somewhere to just sit and relax and watch them all. I can't get my rummies to spawn, but the stir-by won't stop. It must be the weather. Lucky man, stir-by seem to be laying golden eggs at the moment. Every time I look at them, they're getting more and more expensive. So get in touch if you get some stir-by fry that you want to get rid of. Would a pair of breeding angels be okay in a 125 aquarium? Yes, I would have thought so. That's a decent enough size. Is drinking a hobby? I hope so, otherwise we have to call it a problem. Microworms, my endlers love them. That's a very good shout for getting things into breeding condition, and just little fish in general. Will new guppy fry get sucked into a sponge filter? No. Sponge filters are actually brilliant for guppy fry and any kind of fry, because the sponge filters tend to attract the little small particles, and they'll sit there and the fry can just get in and pick them off like a little buffet. Will it damage them? No, they should be fine. Yeah, sponge filter is really good for that sort of thing. Oh dear. Welsh Weeks has a question. Right, let's see if we can find this. I'm hoping to put some Pandagara in my new tank when it's ready, but also want to put Corys in. Do you think they would be okay in the same tank? I do not know, I'm afraid. I've never kept Pandagaras as much as I would like them. They're not one I've got around to yet. I know they occupy the same space, but I don't know. Let's do a live Googling. Pandagara and Corridora. So apparently they'll get on alright. The Corys will find them annoying but not really retaliate. So that seems a bit of a generalisation. Yeah, this is generally how I do most of my information gathering. Try and find 4 or 5 different sources, find someone that looks like they're saying something sensible. So I don't really know. It seems like maybe they should be fine. Cory Fry are cool. Cory Fry are cool. I do like them. I've never really got Corys to breed prolifically for me. I've got them to lay eggs prolifically, but that's one of the ones I'd really like to get on properly. What do you think to biorbs? I quite like them actually. I mean, I know a lot of people don't. Generally, tanks like that, the problem is that the surface area isn't as big as, or it isn't in relation to the water volume properly. And the reason that matters is that the water volume needs to use the surface to do the gas exchange to make sure that it's not getting a build up heavily one way or t'other. And bowls in general don't do that as easily, but I do quite like them. They are quite nice aesthetically, but they do kind of limit your options of what you can keep in them. The fake plants for biorbs are very well made but not cheap. Yeah, nothing to do with biorbs is cheap. That's one of the things. Smith says he's not. Smith's Fish Room says not too keen to be honest. They're a pain to clean and the filter isn't great. Yeah, because they're effectively an under gravel filter that they use, which I quite like under gravel filters. I think I'm still a bit old school, but they are a pain to clean, because if you're not keeping your water pristine and keeping up with water changes and you get algae and things like that, it is a bit of a bitch to get in there and get the right angles with your sponge or whatever. You can't use a scraper because everything's curved. There's no straight edges. Let's do the first giveaway of the evening, shall we? And I'll try and catch up with the chat a bit again later. So this is where I have to say this is the start of Kaylee hour. I just can't tell whether or not Kaylee's actually going to win this one. So let me make sure mods are eligible. We're going to use the keyword of Kaylee, K-A-Y-L-E-I-G-H. And if Kaylee wins, you don't get it this time. If Kaylee wins, we're going to rerun it again immediately, and the second person will win it. If Kaylee doesn't win, that person wins. Does that make sense? Anyway, type in the chat Kaylee. We'll give it a couple of minutes, and then we will spin the wheel of misfortune. If we can find it. Where is it? So, first giveaway of the evening. All you have to do to enter is type Kaylee into the chat. That's K-A-Y-L-E-I-G-H. You have to be a subscriber. Rule number 1, you have to live in the UK. Rule number 2, there were other rules, but I can't remember what they were. They are the main ones. You have to like the stream. Yeah, click the like button. What are we doing for likes, actually? Let's have a wander back to the YouTube studio. We've got no, we've not. We've got 63 concurrent viewers right now, and we've got 46 likes. So let's have a few more likes. I want to see that like number going up. And then we will pick one of you lovely people who have written Kaylee into the chat, If you can find the page again. It's like we're summoning. Thank God her name's not Beetlejuice. Are you even here tonight, Kaylee? I'm sure I saw your name earlier on. Let me have a quick... Ah, yeah, she's here. We should probably get a t-shirt made that just says Kaylee. That'll be the next emoji. So, if you have typed... Oh yeah, that's the right word. Also, typing. If you have typed Kaylee into the chat, you are eligible. You only have to do it once. It says 52 likes for Aquarium Analytics. It does for me as well. 70 viewers. God, mention giveaway and the viewers go straight up. I should just do one big giveaway, shouldn't we? Right, now I've lost my page. Here we are. So, we're going to press it. In fact, let's go onto the other screen first with the desktop. So, as you can see, we've got mods, regulars, channel members, users, all getting the same amount of luck. The keyword is Kaylee. We have 47 eligible users. I'm going to click roll it, and my expectation is that it will come up with Kaylee, but I might have fixed it, but we'll never know. If it does come up with Kaylee, I haven't fixed it, and we'll press it again straight away. If it comes up with Kaylee the second time, that person wins. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's roll it. Ah, fixed it. Stuart Wheeler, you are the winner of something. We don't know yet what you're the winner of, but you're the winner of something. Right, so let's go back to the other screen. Right, now, no, here. Now we have the Wheel of Misfortune. So Stuart, I'm assuming you are in the UK. Let me know if you are or if you aren't. We will run the Wheel of Misfortune and see what you get to win. Obviously there's a heavy, what's the word? A heavy rating on stickers because they are nice and cheap and we can send them to you quite easily. But you know, you could win a hoodie, you could win one of these lovely Aquarium Adventures hoodies in a multitude of colours. Yours will not be covered in fluff and stuff though. Yours will be nice and new. You could win a hat. And anyone that's feeling jealous that they haven't won a hat, you could go and buy a hat. Or I'm lumbered with them in summertime. Free delivery on hats. If you buy just a hat, you get free delivery. I'll talk about delivery. That's another thing I want to do. I don't really know what to do with delivery. It's annoying me. I can't figure it out. I'm a smart guy. I should be able to figure this out. But anyway, so Stuart, you ready? First time on chat, and so he gets a win. Well, there you go. Right, so we'll assume you're in the UK. All you have to do is send me an email after this, or Facebook message, or something like that. Send me your details, and I'll send you whatever it is that we win. But if everyone's ready, I can't contain my excitement at how good this wheel is. If I press this button, the wheel should start spinning, and we can see what you'll win. So, go! It's impressive, isn't it? I can't see what that is. That looks like polo to me. You've won a polo shirt. So, as well as sending me an email, you need to tell me. So you need to go on my website. That's what you need to do. Let's see if I can get it up. No, because I can't spell the word aquarium. So you need to go onto my website, click on shop, click on merch. Who's that handsome guy? Click on polo shirt. You have a look at the sizing guide down here, see which size you want, let me know what size you want. Choose a colour. If you click on any of the colours, it should show you once you click size. So if you click size, it will then show you what that colour looks like a bit. So tell me what colour you want. I know I've just chosen red 3 times in a row. Tell me what colour you want, tell me what size you are, tell me where to send it, and I will pass that detail on to Phil and let him do all the hard work. So, there we go. You've won. And you've won a decent prize as well. Yeah, Stuart says he's just about in the UK, in Cornwall. Well, there we go. So, congratulations on the polo. Where did we get to? Is that an Oris diver on your wrist? Me? No, that's a Casio edifice. But if you hold it far enough away, it does look like quite a fancy watch, doesn't it? Stuart said redraw. No, he didn't. Liar. Are those hoodies suede? Suede? I don't know what you mean. Oh, as in suede. That's not how you spell suede. No, they're just a nice, like, kind of... What's the material? Toweling material? What do you... I'm going to have to see if we've got I'm pretty sure it's like a polyester cotton blend. Finest of qualities. I can't see a label. I'm sure it says in the thing. 50% polyester and cotton. Yeah, there you go. 50-50 polyester and cotton. With a knitted collar, taped neck. No, that's the polo shirts, but I'm pretty sure these are the same. I shall have a look for you in a second. Merch. Hoodie. Yeah, they're the same. Very nice though. I mean, I'm obviously not selling it saying it's a 50% cotton and polyester blend, but it is very comfortable. I quite like it. There's a few of them out in the wild now, so if you have one, chip in and let you know what you think of them. While I scramble around to try and find the right page. So, I think Josh meant suede, or suede, as in blue suede shoes. But that's not how you spell that. That's what confused me. Stamp cost double to send to Cornwall. Can't beat a Casio watch, quite right. Can he see my comments? Sorry, music stores. I can't see any comments, man. I'm pretty sure. One, I'm going blind and the chat moves too fast for me. I'm an old man and I'm not feeling very well. Let me have a look. See what you said. I love all your vids. Thank you. Cool. Yes, it was a polo. Sorry, I'm probably missing the one where you're asking me a question. Music stories. Bear with me. Oh, can you help me? My neons disappeared last week and I'm not sure if my catfish ate them. Depends on the type of catfish, but the fact that you suspect your catfish ate them, that's probably what happened. Neons are quite small fish, and even my discus will eat neons. If it can fit in the mouth of anything, it's the thing that it can fit in the mouth of that's eating it. Right. Let's not be too harsh on Josh for his spelling. If you don't know, you don't know. No, Devil Beats, that's not... I'm going to make the next giveaway spell suede correctly. That's going to limit the amount of entries. Yeah. Oh, it's moving around again. Don't mock me for my spelling. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. What is the beer, says Thomas, and what is your favourite tipple? So tonight, my favourite beer at the moment is this. It's Hop House 13, if you want to send me some. All donations gratefully received. This has been my tipple of the last couple of months. Although... ow. This is the... Oh, you can't see that. I need to get rid of the wheel. I know I'm just holding things up in front of it and no one can see any of it. Transition. So Hop House 13, that's my tipple of the moment, and that's what's coming next, assuming my bladder can handle it. I had a pee before we started, just to make sure I could get through at least an hour. I listened to you advise, are your angels okay? As far as I know. Why, have you seen something I don't know about? The motif looks like suede. The motif looks like a Swede. What? He's trying to say my fabulous logo looks like a turnip. Don't worry, Josh, I spelled his name wrong for 6 weeks. Everyone spells my name wrong. I got called Greem the other day for the second time in about a week. Hello, Greem. Greem? Greem? That's not even a name. Oh dear. A big part. Courtney's is lovely, says Callum. Good. There you go. Ringing endorsement. Do I want to swap a hoodie for 2 Geophagus? No. I don't care how fancy they are. They're one of my least favourite fish. If you'd watched last weekend, you'd have seen me rank them and put them in the low tier. The logo is stitched embroidered. It is. I don't know whether I was trying to say it is the logo suede or is the logo a Swede, as in, is it a turnip? It's clearly a discus fish. I hope. What are good fish to keep long term in a 29-gallon aquarium? Oh, 29 gallons, that's about, what, that's 50 litres or something like that? What gallons work out in proper money? Oh, way off. 131 litres. So that's a fairly decent tank. Got lots of options for that. So that's kind of the small big tanks that I've got in my fish room. Small community of small fish. That's probably where I would go to first. What else could we have in there? Something like... it depends. If you want a species only thing, then you've got a few options of some weird and wonderful things. I think I'm starting to get into the idea of apistogrammas again, so that may be something that I would keep in there with a few other things. Yeah, I mean that's a topic in and of itself. We could spend hours going on that. What kind of things are you into? You can't really get anything too big, so no big massive American cichlids or chichlids or anything like that. So you are going to be looking at towards the smaller end of the world, but you could get a few things in there that would work quite well. Jennifer says, excellent quality hoodie. My workmates are jealous. So given the website, excellent. What stickers do you have, Graham, please? See, stickers, this is another area of a sore point for me. So, at the moment, I have these nice car stickers. So we've got these I Follow Aquarium Adventures, not that you can read it, that you can stick in your car. I've got a bunch of other ones. I should really do this in advance rather than just rummaging through a drawer for half an hour. What the hell are the other ones? I've got my best price stickers. It's quickly becoming a catchphrase. And we've got the new ones that came in from Phil today. Which are... These are the logo ones, the logo labels. The Aquarium Adventures ones. So these are the ones that go on my food packages. But I give a couple away in a sticker pack as well. So that's what I've got. But stickers in general, but oh, pardon me. Oh, really sore throat. I got contacted by a load of people, mostly through Instagram, saying, do you participate in sticker swaps? And as I said a few weeks ago, didn't really know sticker swaps was a thing. But I said, yeah, fine, alright then. I'll send you some stickers. I must have sent out 4 or 5 different packs of stickers. Have I had any stickers back? Not an effing one. Other than from you, Josh. You're the only person that's ever sent me any stickers. Which I've now lost. I put them somewhere safe so I wouldn't lose them when I've lost them. I'll find them soon because I was going to put them on some tanks in the fish room. So I think I'm being scammed, and I don't know why, because why would you want some stickers? And why would you not send me some back? I don't know. Do you sell the goodie bags and what's in them? Thanks. So the goodie bags from the prize is just some packets of foods, maybe a hat, some stickers, something like that. I don't sell them. I do sell some of the foods in, like, I think I have a tropical trio, which is some of the tropical foods, that a nice little 3-pack of foods that work well together as a pack, or a colourful couple, which is the krill flakes and the colour sticky tabs. But have a look at the foods on the website, they're all on there. If there's anything that you're interested in and you think it would make a good package deal, let me know, and I'm sure we can get something put up fairly quickly. Where did we get to there? The hoodies are really good quality and the logo work is awesome. Phil Clark, so Phil's the guy who makes these for us, and yes, I was extremely impressed with the quality of all the garments. I use Spreadshirt as well to do some merch for all manner of things, but it's all printed stuff, whereas this is all embroidered stuff, so it's much better. Can catfish eat mollies? Again, it probably depends on the catfish, but yes. So things like corridoras are catfish, they won't eat a molly, whereas a red-tailed catfish is a catfish and they will eat a molly. Lee underneath there mentioned Cynodontus. They're catfish as well. Are they actually catfish? I don't know, but there are all catfish isn't just one type of fish. There's hundreds of the buggers, and most of them will eat most things. Catfish especially will eat pretty much whatever they can get into their mouth. Hold it up on the other side. Yeah, that was the beer, I guess. Are your angels alive? The white ones? I don't have any white angels. I only have some silver ones. I've never had any white ones. Hopefully my final day of online school today. Yay, says Aquarium Analytic. Well, if your house is anything like my house, your parents are saying more than yay. Not another toilet episode. Hopefully we'll last a little bit longer. Daniel Coleman says, please can you do a shout out to Anne-Marie Campbell? Tell her my bath won't run itself. Don't worry, she can take a joke. Anne-Marie, get on with the bath. That's something I never thought I'd find myself saying, but come on, do us a favour. Should keep a bucket under the desk. That's why I'm trying to get through these big bottles of beer, so as I've got, I can do like, no, never mind. Have I tried Bellhaven beer? They're based in Dunbar. Amazing beer. I have tried Bellhaven Best. That's one, isn't it? Not really a big real ale type person. Am I imagining that? Bellhaven Best, that's a thing. I knew it was. Yeah, I'm not a big as a proud Scotsman, I don't really like whiskey. I prefer bourbon. I don't like proper beer. So I'm an honorary Yorkshireman, but I don't like proper beer. I prefer lager. What size is your biggest tank, says Thomas? My biggest tank would be my display tank in the living room with the discus in it. I think that's something like, I'll keep a note on my phone because people ask me the question I can never remember. Something like 700 litres, including the sump and all that kind of stuff. It's just over 5 foot by just over 2 foot by just over 2 foot. How many tanks do you have? I think I've got about 25 running at the moment. Stuart says, I found a shrimp dead a couple of months ago and disposed of it. Imagine my surprise when I saw it swimming around the next day. Yes, when I first started keeping shrimp, I was a bit like that. Oh no, they've all died and multiplied. How does that work? So if you don't know, shrimp will shed their, it's not their skin, is it? It's their exoskeleton, I guess. That's how they grow. But if you can catch it, it makes a brilliant time lapse. That's something I've been trying to, because I've got shrimp in this tank over here. So I keep this little, my DJI Osmo 2, whatever it's called, because it does really good time lapses, so as I can keep it here and get it on when I see one starting to go. So it's going to make a good little time lapse, I think. Graham's Toilet Breaks gives live streaming a new meaning. Just be thankful I'm clever enough not to wear my lapel mic. I do it with the proper studio mic. Quality embroidery, if I do say so myself. Yes, they are quality embroidered, Phil. Hello from London. How long does ghost shrimp last? What do you mean by last? As in, how long can you keep it alive? Probably quite a while. There's one man's ghost shrimp is another man's river shrimp, and one man's ghost shrimp is another man's bamboo shrimp. So I guess it depends which one you mean. But they should be able to last quite a while. Oh, pardon me. We have one of them car stickers on the shop door. Cool. I would like to come and see that one day. Hopefully, in the coming months, we'll be able to have a trip over and have a look. Would look great in the Honda Civic, says Mickey. Well, you should get one. I think you placed an order recently, didn't you? So while stocks last, any orders that go out at the moment will get a couple of stickers. They are Swede stickers, yes, Andrew. They're turnip, neeps and tatties in the stickers. Any advice for a late night snack? Chicken and coleslaw or mayo? Well, we've had a 9-year-old's birthday party today, so my snack options after this stream's over are going to be quite good, if I can manage to eat any of them. Because we've had all kinds of things, sausage rolls and chicken nuggets and crisps and snacks and Scotch eggs and pork pies and whoa. Do catfish eat cats? Big ones do. 77 viewers. Have we got 77 viewers? My goodness. People come and listen to this nonsense. I guess this is one of the benefits of the lockdown. We don't have any. You're a captive audience. You've got nowhere else to go. Right, let's try and ram through these, and we'll get to another giveaway here. Do neons eat feeder shrimp? As I don't feed live food, I keep them as pets. Neons wouldn't eat feeder shrimp. They're probably far too big for neons. Neons are quite one of the more peaceful, the more peaceful tetras. I just moved 2 of my epistogrammas into my biggest tank. My angel is really going after them. Will that settle? More epistos help? My experience of angels is that they can be a bit of a dick sometimes, and I think it's quite a common thing to have angels go rogue. So you have angels that are fine forever, and then one day they're not, and they kill everything in the tank. I had a friend that had angelfish that he kept in a community tank for literally for years. There was a good 3 or 4 years of them all being fine, and then one day woke up, everything except the angel was dead, and the angel had the fishy version of a smile on its face. So I don't know that more will help. It might just be that your angel's taken a dislike to it and he's not going to have it. Tatty scones, potato cake. Tatty scones, you can't go wrong with a tatty scone. I've even got my English children onto tatty scones now, they quite like them. Funko Freddy and Co, how are you doing? I'm doing alright, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Send you some car stickers, Callum, so I can put them on the Metrolink trams. Yeah, we could have some kind of guerrilla advertising campaign. That'd be good. I'll send you a bunch. Yeah, neons will probably only eat baby shrimp, if that, but even then I wouldn't have thought that they would do that. Cardinals maybe, but neons you should be alright with most things. A fish shop tour at Fishman Aquatics, yeah, definitely. Need to get over there and have a look at it. Ooh, everything's moved. Party food is a prize. I don't think it would survive the postage. Michael Aarons is off air. It's time to capitalise. We have a slightly different audience. He's got the saltwater thing. Andy, I did see your message. Andy's fish room PM the address, and we'll do a sticker swap. I will do that. I just didn't quite get around to talking about it. I tune in after my shift anyway, Graham. Loving the Friday night lives. I got attacked by a flower hornet one today. Nearly took my finger off my little... I was about to swear there. My little friendly flower horn. Took a proper chunk out of my finger a while back. No scar, so I now feel like a big Jessie by moaning about it. But yeah, I was bloody sore. How are you, Greem? I'm fine. Well, I'm not. I'm dying slowly, but there you go. Hello, G-Man. Any thoughts and tips about a Pistogramma cacatoide? I imagine that is. Not especially. I think they're great. They are lovely little fish. They are very... Well, the super reds especially are very striking. So they're fantastic. I have kept them in the past. Loved them. Very interesting. Don't need tons of space, but really do appreciate it. Yeah, I have no thoughts other than I like them. Right, let's have one more round of giveaways. We'll go back to Nightbot. We'll go back to cancel that. The keyword now, obviously, and I do apologise, Josh, but it's got to be, when I find it. Go on. Suede. I'm not going to tell you how to spell it, although you will see when I type it in there, so I'm going to switch back now. The keyword for the next giveaway is suede. Like the band, or the blue shoes. Jennifer, your son's English born in Cambridge? Yes. Oh, I tell all my kids that they're Scottish and we moved here when they were very young, but yeah, they were all born here. Do I go to the Aquaria in Leyland? I don't think I have been there. Ow! Can we have a time lapse of your... Oh, it's moving too fast now. Can we have a time lapse of your health slowly deteriorating over the length of the stream? Yeah, when you watch this back on the replay, just put it on 5 times speed or whatever the fastest one is, and you'll just see me slowly shrinking. Hopefully we'll make it to the end though. Well, most of you are spelling it right, so that's quite good. Thank you, Simon. Remember, if you don't win, you can still buy most of this stuff. I'll happily sell it to you. I've got all of it in boxes here, which I need to find a place to hide it all when I start moving house. Mickey's going to make a beer run, but he's going to win this giveaway. That's the kind of positive thinking that we need. We'll give it another minute or two. That's cruel, isn't it? By making you try and do spelling, because I know people do have dyslexia. You are spelling it right. Everyone except Stuart Wheeler is spelling it right. And Callum. And Jennifer now. Pardon me. Even if you have dyslexia, you can Google it and it'll tell you how to spell it properly. S-U-E-D-E. I'm just going to double check that I'm actually right. How embarrassing would that be? Yes, it is. Like the band. Arctic sweetie. In Cornwall we called Swede turnip. In Scotland we call Swede turnip as well. It's only these weirdo English people that have strange names for things. Right, I think we've got everyone that's in. I imagine the comments, the likes have gone up. We're up to 60 likes now with 73 concurrent viewers. Let's switch over the screens. Yes, Aquarium Analytic, don't worry, you've got it spelled, you're spelling it correctly. And I'll give you all another minute, that's how you spell it. Give you all another minute to copy that down, so if you think you've been spelling it wrong, there you go. And if Kaylee wins this one, this is completely legitimate. Right, should we find out who the winner is first, or should we find out what they win first? Which way does it cause more suspense? Let's find out who the winner is first. Oh no, I think maybe we should... Oh, I just can't decide. Decisions. Right, let's find out what you win first. Find the button. Spin the wheel. Like my acting. It's a towel. It's a towel. So, like this one with a turnip on it. It's a very absorbent, very large, excellent. Sweep up your mucky doings like nobody's business. And this one's actually wet because I flooded this tank earlier and I've used it to mop it up. So all manner of uses. It has these lovely little, lovely, they're not lovely, they're just hooks. Hanging loops, so you can hang it on a hook or a door or side of a tank or something like that. Fantastic towel. So, let's see who the winner's going to be. I'm really eking this out for as long as possible, aren't we? So here we go. Who is going to be the winner of the towel? 3, 2, 1. Smith's Fish Room. It's a fix. It's a fix. He's already got one of them. Oh well, now you've got two. You can have his and hers towels. Congratulations, Callum. You've won another towel. Let's switch back. Well done, Callum. I know you live in the UK. I've even got your address, so we'll get that out to you. We're going to do... Oh, God. Let's have a few more... what do you mean it's only a towel? Music stories. It's not only a towel, it's a fantastic towel. It's a fantastic towel with a fantastic turnip on it. Evening, Kaylor's Aquatics. Oh, I didn't see you dropping in there. Sorry if I missed your message. Hello, Bob. I've sent your stickers. They'll be with you in 6 to 8 months, given the speed of our postal service. It is a nice size for drying hair. That's exactly what my wife said, I think. Or my daughter. One of them said that'd be good for that. Make sure you clearly label them so you don't do the one with the mucky doings on it for hair drying. Congratulations, yes, definitely. Nightbot said Scottish Ogre won it before you drew Callum up. Did he? Nightbot's on drugs. I'm going to have to look back and investigate. Oh yeah, so he did. That was before I pressed the button though. That's interesting. Let me see if I can see from the logs what happened. I don't know why that would say that. I might have to find a new way of doing this. Nightbot's not very reliable. Well, on my screen when I pressed the button, it definitely said Smith's Fish Room, who is Callum. Nightbot is sus. No, I didn't see anything here, and as soon as I pressed roll it did come up with Callum's Fish Room. So, yeah, Nightbot's on drugs. Where did we get to? Never knew it had a loop technology. I mean, the loop's one of the best-selling features of it. Josh, how do I get one of these car stickers? You remind me to send you a car sticker, and I will send you one. As the only person to ever send me stickers, I'll send you some more stickers. A bit of Welsh for you all, says Lee. Turnip is pen swedge in Welsh. That seems quite tame by Welsh standards. I'm always amused with the fact that microwave in Welsh is popty ping. Or have people been trolling me? I will believe anything, and I will read out anything anyone types into chat, as we found out last week. It said someone won because someone typed winner. Ah. So that's what I was... Ah, right. So, if you type in winner with an exclamation mark, that's what I was trying to test earlier on. I was thinking of doing a different type of competition where the mods could run them as well. So, right, that makes sense. So, stop typing winner, so it doesn't count. Like so. Nightbot says the winner is Courtney Smith. Right, everyone stop doing it. In fact, I can probably turn that off now, since I thought it didn't work, but I obviously didn't work because I wasn't live at the time. See, we are learning things all the time here. Commands, custom, default, custom, winner. Right, disable. Right, that shouldn't work anymore, but at least we know for next time. So apparently there's all kinds of things we can do with Nightbot and with Streamlabs where we can play games. I just didn't have the energy or time to figure it out properly. But you can do boss battles and things like that within chat, so as the people who ask the most questions, or the best questions, or super chats and all that win you points, and then get a points battle going. Interesting questions are better than rubbish questions, and spam brings you down and all that kind of stuff. So we might try that next week or in the future once I have a bit of chance to test it out and see how good it is or not. Let me get back to the main bit. Yes, Scott, you're entirely right. It is my fault. I was testing it at the start. It's not rigged. It's just I'm an idiot. Tips on shrimp with cardinal tetras. The shrimp will predate on the cardinal... No, they won't. That's the other way around. The tetras may predate on the shrimp babies, but given plenty of hiding space, it's usually okay. I don't personally keep any of my shrimp with my cardinal tetras. Well, maybe with bigger shrimp like bamboo shrimp and amano shrimp and all that kind of stuff, you'd be probably fine. But I was thinking with cherry shrimp and neocardinias, the babies will be a nice little snack, but not a big concern, I wouldn't have thought. So it was Simon's fault, right? You're getting demoted, Simon. Right, so to be clear, I was testing something earlier where you can do a thing called commands. There are a bunch of commands that Nightbot will do things based on the back of, one of which is winner. I was testing it before the stream, and that will just pick a random user that happens to be in chat and say that they've won. So obviously, if Simon had, or Scott, or whoever it was, did that at the same time as me about to roll it, that's where the confusion came in. But no, it was definitely Smith's Fish Room. Why do we have eligible users now? Oh, they're just active, right? Okay. What we'll do is, I'm going to do a couple more giveaways, but I'm flagging. I'm very sorry. Anybody got any questions, ask me quickly before I just pass out. We're going to do a couple more giveaways, just some stickers. So I've got my sticker packs. We'll do, I don't know, 3. Let's do 3. We'll get them banged out quickly. If we have anybody that has any burning questions, ask them in the chat, and I'll try and come back to them before we finish off. I'm not going to really demote you, don't worry. But if you fancy them, put in the chat. Stickers. Let's try that. Stickers. We all know how to spell stickers, don't we? Let's get over to that screen. Do I like tacos? Do I like hot dogs? Do you like your fish? Tacos, hot dogs, 2 subjects I can talk on extensively. Joshy's fish. There are 3 quickfire questions. Are you well enough to do more giveaways? We can give away stickers. I'm always well enough to give away stickers. Cause I got my jab Wednesday tea time suffering too. I only got mine this morning. I didn't think I'd be suffering already. You're not getting any more stickers, Bob. You've already got some with your £9 postage to America or whatever it was. Have to be a subscriber. Have to be. You have to have clicked like. You have to be in the UK, or not too far away from the UK. We'll swap silver tetras for stickers. I'll take that deal. Well, if I wasn't trying to get rid of all my fish, I might take that deal. Snickers, says Jennifer. You can enter anyway. So, do I like tacos? Yes. Do I like hot dogs? Yes. Do I like Joshy's fish? Yes. There you go. 3 quickfire answers for some quickfire questions. So, tacos, I do enjoy a taco. I came into the taco world. I know any American viewers here, or Mexican, or South American, tacos is a very different thing, but in the UK, certainly tacos are by a company called El Paso, who make little hard tortillas that you stuff with mince and put some sour cream and some stuff in there, and then that's a taco, and you go to eat it, and it falls apart in your hand. Who knew there's a whole world out there? Who knew there's a whole world out there of different tacos with soft shells and all different types of meat and all. Oh, yeah, tacos, they are very good. I quite like spicy stuff. I like really spicy stuff up until the ridiculous point, so anything that's just below ridiculous spice. So I do like Mexican food. I went to America when I was younger to play golf for a month and lived with a Mexican family who would sit there. The dad would sit there with these big massive Scotch bonnet peppers and just chew on them like it was you'd eat a bag of crisps. I've not tried Taco Bell in the UK. I've tried it in America, and yeah, I liked it. It's very good. I should probably go there, yeah. But the tacos that I had from this Mexican family that I stayed with, that's always stuck with me. Hot dogs, nah. I mean, I know they're made of faces and arseholes. They're not the nicest cuts of meat, but who doesn't like a hot dog? Some nice onions and mustard and yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Do I like Swede? Once a year, with some haggis and some neeps and tatties. You can't. Yeah, I do like it there. Right. Oh, I've got sidetracked. We're doing a stickers thing, weren't we? Right. 40 eligible users. Are we on the right page? What are we doing here? Yes, here we go. And roll it. Shadex. I should write these down. I always forget to write them down, and then I spend an hour tomorrow trying to find the right bit. Shadex. Hopefully you're in the UK. You have to send me an email or a message on an email or a message on Facebook or on Instagram or any other way of sending me your address, and I will send you that. Next we'll have that's random. I did not do anything there. That's completely random. And legitimate. She won that fair and square. And the third winner oh, that hurts so much, is Kids Cats. So we've got Shadex, we've got the same person that wins bloody everything, and we've got Kids Cats. You have all won some stickers, so all you need to do is send me your address or an address you want me to send them to, and you get some stickers. I can't believe you've won again, Kaylee. I mean, are you like some kind of hacking genius or something like that? Nightbot fancies. Nightbot fancies, Kaylee. There's going to come a point where there's nothing left to give you. You're going to have everything I've already... I'm going to have to give you like my pets. You want my cat? I don't want my cat, so you can have it. There you go. Yeah. The carrier pigeon okay? If it gets here, that's fine. Graham, have you ever kept archerfish? I really fancy keeping one. I haven't kept archerfish. I have come close to keeping them before, but I've never actually got them. I did like the idea, but yeah, I've never kept them. I think they are pretty cool. I'd love to keep them in some kind of open air paludarium type deal where you have loads of greenery, and I kind of had this idea for having like lizards and things living up there, and you could feed the lizards and the fish at the same time. You have some branches hanging over the water, and they could shoot up and shoot the insects. Pardon me. Oh dear. So I thought that was a really cool idea, and maybe if I get a big massive fish room in my new house, that might come to fruition. But yeah, I've not done that before. I do have your address, Kaylee. Yes, you're alright. You don't need to contact me. What have you missed, Mountain Goldfish? Not much. You've missed this, witnessed by this. I can't even speak now. Oh dear. My disintegration into madness. Descent into madness, that's the word. Yeah, you've not missed much apart from... Well, what have I missed? There's something going on here. What's happened here? What's Music Store up to? What is he up to? Has he got banned for something? Oh, there's lots of deleted messages. I think he might have said stickers 5 million times. Yes, if anybody does want stickers making for their own channel, definitely get in touch with Phil Clark. He's one of the mods on the channel. I promoted you, Phil, just mostly so I could find your messages when I come back to look at the streams the next day. But Phil runs Elite Logos for you. He's the guy who makes all these lovely embroidered t-shirts, jumpers, and stickers. So he has that business, and I think he's helped out a few people now. So hopefully you're getting some business out of this at last, Phil. So we've got Shadex, Kaylee, and Kids Cats. So Kaylee, I've got your address obviously. The other two, send me your deets and I'll send you some stuff. I like the Nightbot screen. Yep, we're still on the Nightbot screen. Well pointed out. I'm really not with it tonight. Yeah. Petition for Kaylee to go out and buy a lottery ticket. And then just share it with us. Graham, when I send you my stickers, I can send you a few extra to add into the giveaway. That's a good idea. Yes. So if anybody out there does have some stickers for your own channels, a little bit of self-promotion, we'll get your name out there a little bit. I'll give away your stickers as well as my own. I was not aware, Scott, that I hadn't transitioned back. Well, that's on that screen. I was looking over there. It is 10:40. I've done well then. I thought it was about 9:30. Doodly-doo. Thank you very much to all my mods for keeping a handle on things, because I've just I'm not quite with it today. If you've just joined, I had my COVID vaccination earlier on today and it hit me like a ton of bricks about 10 minutes before the stream went live. And I've only got 3 beers to get through and it's not helping at all. But I haven't needed the loo yet, so maybe that's one thing. Is that a side effect? Music stories. I am an 11-year-old. Well, you shouldn't have a YouTube account then, apparently. That's what I keep hearing. And that doesn't mean you have to start spamming comments. Email address, Shadex, is Graham. There you go, Simon's put it in the chat. Graham@aquariumadventures.co.uk. Or as it sounds, Gream, apparently, at aquariumadventures.co.uk. Did I ever get around to putting that on the website? That was one thing I meant to do. No, I never did. Well reminded, I'll need to put that on the website somewhere so people can get in touch with me. Big Time Fish Keeper, you must get a load of subs off this live stream. Every time you come on here, you're telling me you've got more and more subs. I'm very glad you like my videos, music stories. I'm very glad to have you here as well. I was only kidding, you don't have to leave just because you're 11, if you are. Thanks for the company this evening. Glad to have made my first live chat after watching the channel for a while, says Stuart. Thanks for answers to the questions. Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's just a bit of blowing off steam. Oh, it's a bit of learning how to speak. Blowing off steam. And yeah, have a bit of fun. Right, I am going to have to call it a day there. It's just not happening for me. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Thanks for all the new subscribers, the new other words which people say at this point in a video. Oh dear. We've got 66 likes. That's pretty good. We can't go wrong for that, for me sitting sniffling my way through the live stream. As always, if you're new here and you like this kind of thing, click that subscribe button. Go and check out all the other channels that have been mentioning their names. Thank you for everyone joining in with the competitions, but we're going to have to call it quits.